Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Have a good day, everyone, and welcome to Micronesia's INCRadio satellite studio. If you are new to our channel, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those tuning in. I'm your host, Sister Anne, from the local congregation of Machanao, and I'm super excited to announce and discuss this evening's topic with you all. But before I do, I want to first introduce my crew members here with me, starting with Sister Randy.
Thank you, Ate Ann. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners and viewers here on INC Radio Micronesia. Just like what she mentioned, my name is Sister Randy from the local congregation of Machanao, and I'm also looking forward to the topic that was prepared for us this evening, and I'm also ready for the discussion that we're going to have soon.
Yes, thank you, Sister Randy. We also have our new YouTube engager here with us today. So please show him a lot of love in the YouTube comments. Brother Judah, can you please introduce yourself to everyone tuning in?
Hello, everyone. I'm Brother Judah, and I will be YouTube engager for tonight. And if you've been here before, you probably heard my name. I am still the DMM crew member here in Saipan. I work behind the scenes. Now I'm in front of the camera. So please be easy on me. And I hope everyone enjoyed the podcast tonight.
Yes, thank you, Brother Judah, and welcome to our team here on IC Radio. Now we want to finally announce the topic for this evening, which is making time for your hobbies. A really fun topic to discuss with our guest this evening because I know a lot of us have our own personal interests, so I'm excited to learn more about our guests and how we may differ or relate in those aspects of our lives. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first guest for the evening, which is Sister Yasmin. Can you please give everyone a bit of a background about yourself, like your work, school, as well as your duties?
Hello, Paul. My name is Sister Yasmin Gutierrez. I'm from the locale of Machanao. So my offices right now in the church include TSV, CFO, and CWS. And right now I'm currently a student intern and also a full-time student at the University of Guam.
Wow, that's so nice. Thank you, Sister Yasmin. A very busy and active officer, so we're very happy to have you guest with us tonight. Now, our next guest, you may have seen him before on INT Radio. So, Brother Tristan, can you please introduce yourself to everyone and to all of our new viewers tuning in this evening?
Hello, my name is Brother Tristan Reyes. I'm from the locale of Machanao. I'm a Kadiwa. And some offices I have is CWS chairperson, TSV, and a choir member.
Yes, thank you, Brother Tristan and Sister Yasmin. I'm so happy that we have a full house of Machanao brethren here tonight. And also knowing Brother Tristan and Sister Yasmin, apart from being active in their duties, I know they are active as well in their personal lives outside of church. So I want to know, what are some previous hobbies that you guys love and would like to get back into, especially since we're finally getting adjusted to our new schedules and routines for the year? I'll start out by asking Sister Yasmin first.
Some previous hobbies. So currently I'm still really into reading. I read a lot of poetry,
Yes.
fantasy, that sort of thing. But some old hobbies that I haven't really touched on in a while. I used to play the ukulele and I used to bake and
wow.
journal a lot. Yeah, but I haven't touched any of those hobbies in like years. So those are some things that I really want to get back into.
Yes. Oh, I love those hobbies. I feel like getting back into your old self-interest can really help you with your well-being and just like kind of reminding yourself of the things that you love is always nice and a nice feeling to get back into. I like the hobbies that you mentioned. Like for me, I like to paint as like a self-expression, and I like how you also mentioned poetry because I feel like that's something that can help you kind of like exercise your mind. Like, do you write poetry, Yasmin, or do you just read it?
So I kind of dabbled in it, in writing poetry, especially like when we got to that unit in class, I had
Yeah.
to. and there were a couple types of poetry that did interest me, like blackout poetry. So like
Mm-hmm.
you'll take a page of a book and then you'll black out words to only leave your
Oh,
poem in it. And I think
yeah.
that's really cool, but I just haven't really had the time to get around to doing more of it. But so yeah, mostly reading now, but
Oh, that's nice. I never heard of blackout poetry, so thank you for introducing that to us. But yeah, so that's kind of like an example of how we can exercise our mind with that kind of hobby. And I think also another one that we can also practice is like being physically active, like running at the track. It helps you take care of yourself and your physical well-being as well. So I feel like there are different aspects in your life that you should focus on in various parts of your routine and schedule, like something to enhance your creativity and also help you intellectually and as well as physical activity throughout the week, right? How about you, Brother Tristan? I'm interested to know about your previous hobbies because I feel like they might be completely different from me and Sister Yasmin. So, can you kind of elaborate what you want to get back into?
Like you mentioned, physical activity. A previous hobby I want to get back into is playing basketball more often. I
Mm-hmm.
already started on this goal by playing. I usually play once a week with my friends, but I want to play more because it's a hobby that calms me down and it's a form of physical activity.
Yes. Yeah. So you kind of see like how different all of our previous hobbies are. I want to also ask our crew members, Sister Randy, can you kind of tell us about any old hobbies that you want to get back to for the year?
It's also like the same as like Sister Yasmin, where she is still into reading, right? And I'm also very into reading, but I would say that last year I didn't get much into it. So I kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
go back into that. And another like hobby that I really love to do before is like writing or like journaling. I
Yes.
especially I it was into that ever since I was younger. Like especially if in school they give you like a journal prompt, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
that's like your assignment for the day or journal of the day. I
Mm-hmm.
really like enjoy doing those, especially like, all the way until I even reached college. My professors, they would always say like, oh, you have a really strong journal entry, or you have a strong essay. So I know a lot of students are not fans of like essays and things
Yeah.
like that, right? But I thoroughly enjoy those because I enjoy writing, especially if
Mm-hmm.
um a topic or a prompt that you're interested in, or you can
Yeah.
really
Very passionate about. Yeah.
yeah, really something you're passionate in. So I think that's
Mm-hmm.
something I want to try to get back into this year. um because I don't write stories, I don't write poetry, I'm not really into
Mm-hmm.
those, but like what you said, right? Like things like that can exercise your mind, and it's like
Yeah.
you're writing your thoughts, or like writing your thoughts on a piece of paper, and it's like something that can like help you ease your mind, a bit
Yeah.
in some way.
Yes. Yes, I could kind of relate to you, Sister Randy, because for the beginning of the year, I started. Actually, I do this every year with my best friend, where we write a letter to our future selves, and we kind of like update them about like the previous year and like the growth that we've gone through. And I think it's a good activity to do for yourself because you can really express like your mind and like your feelings as well. So I think that's really nice that we all kind of relate and differ in different personal interests that we have, and I feel like we can really exercise our talents and things that we enjoy, and we can even learn new things that we enjoy in the future, and we can learn um, things that we never knew that could actually be our new hobby for the year, right? So, kind of adding to that, Sister Yasmin, what are like some new hobbies that you would like to learn for the year?
So one of my biggest goals for the year is actually to learn a new language. But
Oh,
for like the first half of the year, I really want to focus on being able to actually speak in Tagalog because I understand
mm-hmm.
it. But I think a lot of
Yeah.
us that are born outside of the Philippines with Filipino parents, we all understand, but then we can't speak it.
Yes, that's
So
so true.
something I really want to do is to be able to at least like basic conversation skills. I want to learn how to do that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And I think as Filipinos, it's important for us younger generation to learn the language, especially when we're talking to our parents. And also, I found it like very useful. Like if you do know Tagalog, because we moved to the Philippines for a year, and I found it so hard that I didn't know Tagalog fluently. So I think that's why it's good to really practice your native tongue, because it can really be useful in like your everyday like activity, right? I feel like also like new hobbies are such a great tool to improve and develop new skills, like we talked about, right? And um it could even help us discover new skills that we didn't even know we had. Like of course at the beginning we may not be masters at it, but I think it's a nice way to learn more about yourself personally, like what Sister Randy and what Sister Yasmin talked about, like reading books. You can learn a lot of knowledge about like people's stories and like their different perspectives on life. And something that I want to learn for the year is surfing. I think a lot of my friends know that I want to get into surfing, because that I think that's something that's out of my comfort zone. But I feel like if I'm able to learn just the basics of it, I'll be more confident in doing things that I never thought I was able to do before. And I think that goes for not only just hobbies, but like life in general, right? How about you, brother Tristan? Is there like any new hobbies you want to try or that you want to explore to kind of get out of your comfort zone?
A new hobby I like to pick up is something Sister Randy mentioned. I don't know why she's copying me, but like journaling. I want to get into journaling because
Oh, wow.
because
Yeah.
starting journaling is can help me prioritize uh my problems and learn how to fix them. It can help
Yeah.
motivate me and just basically reflect on my overall day.
Yes, see, for those who are viewing, if you guys didn't know, Sister Randy and Brother Tristan are siblings. So maybe you guys can make this like a sibling bonding time where you guys write down like your feelings or something. But I think that's a good thing. That I didn't think Tristan would be someone who would be into writing. So I think it's nice that we are discovering new things about each other. And I think you get to explore and get to know yourself on a deeper level when you start new hobbies, right, guys? And like I mentioned before, you learn about what you're capable of doing, which I feel like is such like a beautiful thing, because the hobbies that you can have are endless, and there's so much that we can learn about ourselves, and we can discover new things. But also connecting to our weekly routines. I know sometimes we do get busy and our schedules get hectic, especially with being students and officers. Majority of you guys are students and officers at the same time. So Sister Yasmin, what are some strategies on how you make time for your own self-interest?
So to be honest, I don't really have that much spare time typically.
Mm-hmm.
But I do try to schedule as much time for hobbies and my interests into my schedule. So like I'll add a 5 or 10 minute break in my study blocks so that I for
Yeah.
sure have time to um, do these hobbies. And I make sure
Mm-hmm.
not to overload my schedule because otherwise I really just won't have time for anything.
Yes, thank you, Sister Yasmin. I think fitting those activities into our schedules, it sometimes feels like it's a chore, but I think it's something that we should enjoy, right? So I think prioritizing this, maybe not like as a top priority, but kind of treating it like an important appointment with yourself, and setting aside that time can do a lot for our well-being. So I think it's still an important activity to put into our schedule. I want to ask also Brother Tristan the same question as well, because I know sometimes you're busy with work and school along with your duties. So how do you make time with your hobbies? Or if you haven't done so yet, like how do you plan to make time for them?
For journaling, I think it's pretty simple on how to do it. I just,
Mm-hmm.
plan on doing it every night after my day. It's just a matter of consistency and self-discipline on
Mm-hmm.
doing it every night. So I guess some strategies is like doing it with another person, like you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, maybe doing it with
Yeah.
my sister, or
Yes.
maybe like doing it with my girlfriend. Maybe we can join
Yeah.
together so we can um, know about each other's day and hold each other accountable.
Yeah, see, like I think it's so nice to be able to start a hobby with a friend or with people close to you, because then that's a way of bonding with each other, and it kind of gives you like social connection with each other, which is really important in everyday life. Before I give more insight on your guys' strategies and tactics, I also want to hear from our other crew member as well. Brother Judah, can you kind of share us if you have any strategies that you use for your hobbies?
So mostly they already said it because I would schedule my works or I would prioritize my works, my important things to do. And if there's spare time, I would use the spare time to do my hobbies, learning a
Mhm.
new instrument, reading, journaling, and stuff like that.
Yes, yes, that's true. Thank you, Brother Judah. I think all of you guys have really great suggestions, and I think some tactics that can also help us be fully immersed in our hobbies is also like taking away the distractions, like your phones, right? I feel like if you're using your gadgets, it kind of takes away from the whole purpose and time of a hobby. So, for me, that's something I like to do when I'm doing a hobby, because we always want to be fully present in those activities, as well as being flexible when it comes to scheduling the times when we do those activities. Also, like I mentioned before, identifying your priorities and fitting them into your routine, even if it's like a small amount of time each week, I feel like can benefit us in the long run, right, guys? So when we're consistent with it, like what Brother Tristan said, when you're consistent with them, this can really benefit you in the long run. So Sister Yasmin, how do you feel your hobbies benefit you even with a busy schedule?
Honestly, it's just like my hobbies are just a way, like a time for me to think back on everything, and it's just like I get to think about everything that's happened, and it's kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
reset from the stress or
Yes.
whatever's happening. And so on top of course things like prayer and going to church, it's just nice to also have something that you're doing by yourself and that you're
Yeah.
able to have fun while doing.
Yes, I agree with you. It's kind of like me time, right? When you get your own hobby. And there's also so many benefits when it comes to incorporating your hobbies into your schedule, because it can really help us not only like our physical health but also mentally, like you mentioned, right? Especially since sometimes we all get consumed in our daily routines, and sometimes we even overwork ourselves, so we kind of put these hobbies in the back burner and we forget about it. But I think it's so important that we have those moments to help us distress and like really focus on something that make us like happy each day. How about you, Brother Tristan? How do you think these self-interests benefit us even if we are like busybodies?
These hobbits, these hobbies benefit me even with a busy schedule
Mm-hmm.
because um, even if I'm tired after a long day, journaling can help me relive those moments and be
Mm-hmm.
grateful for each and every one of them.
Yes, Brother Tristan, that's very true. I feel like an important benefit of having a hobby in general is that it helps you kind of have some self-reflection, right, guys? And it helps you try different things that help you embrace your mistakes. Like it's a place where it's okay to make mistakes. Like um, you don't have to be as accurate as you are in your work. So away from your work and your studies, your hobby is like a safe place where you can flow easily. And I also feel like the more hobbies you have, the more confident you become. And even a good benefit, or not, like actually I think it's one of the greatest benefits that can come from it, is that you can use your skills and talents that you build from these hobbies and share it even or even teach it in like activity for the church, right, guys? We can always share our hobbies and our talents with all the brethren. So there's really so much we can gain through having just one hobby alone. And I want to thank our guests and our crew members for sharing with us their old and new self-interests and how we can fit those into our busy schedules. Now, kind of connecting to our topic for the evening, we're gonna play a quick game. I think we have time for only like 2 questions. So, Kuya Tech, what time is it? Yes, thank you, Kuya Tech. It is now game time, and the game is called What Hobby Am I? And the host will give out 3 phrases, which will be clues on specific hobbies, and the guests will try to figure them out. And since we have 2 guests this evening, we'll have it be a competition between Sister Yasmin and Brother Tristan. So whoever can guess the hobby first, just raise your hand, and we'll give you guys the point for that turn. So. Also, the crew members, please help them if they can't get it. But these are fairly easy, so I think you guys are gonna get it. Okay. So the first hobby is I help with your health, I help with endurance, and you may need to bring a water bottle with you. What am I? Okay, yes, Sister Yasmin?
Running.
Yes! Good job, Sister Yasmin. Okay, so since we're low on time, we're gonna speed through these hobbies. So the second hobby is I help capture moments. You may need to adjust my aperture, and I am sensitive to lighting. What am I? Brother Tristan.
Photographer.
Yes, photography. Okay, so it's a tie right now. I think you guys can get this within the time. So the third hobby is I can be conducted in different forms. I may be used to express emotions, and I use a lot of color. Oh, Sister Yasmin.
Art.
Yes, it is art. Okay, so Sister Yasmin's winning right now. So Brother Tristan, you better catch up. For the fourth hobby, I like to travel, but not for my game. I may consist of layups and rebounds. I require a lot of stamina. What am I? Brother Tristan.
Basketball.
Yes, Brother Judah also knew the answer, but good job. I'm sure like the brothers in the chat know this one. So for our last one, this is gonna be the tiebreaker. The fifth hobby. I may acquire multiple steps. Measurements are important for me, but the outcome would soothe your taste buds. What am I? Sister Yasmin.
Baking?
Yes, so it's baking or cooking. So Sister Yasmin won this game, but good job to Brother Tristan. And also, if you played with us in the YouTube comments, I hope you guys had fun. I believe that was our last hobby for our game. So thank you to Sister Yasmin and Brother Tristan for playing along with us, as well as our crew members. Now we want to see what you all have been saying in our YouTube comments with Brother Judah.
Before we move on, said, if you are new to our channel, this is how you can support us. Good tech.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
Thank you for reminding us, Good Tech. Now we'll move on to our next segment, which is reading the comments and see what's going on in the comments. So for Brother Julius B. Malambanan, have a great show, brethren. Greetings both to Kajoven and family, to all ministers and evangelical workers and family. Go INCRadio Micronesia. From Brother Roger Villegas, good evening, Micronesia, hashtag Cobbler Bill. He also said, good evening po to our district minister, Brother Joven Cepillo Jr. and family po. Good evening po to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan and family po. Hashtag Cobblerville. And Brother Roger Manzanilla said, hello everyone, thank you for tuning in po. Greetings to Ka Joven Cepillo Jr., Ka Julius Malabanan, and to all brethren in hashtag Guam. And to Karonic Lizardo, hello po, hashtag San Jose. Hello po to all ministers and ministerial workers and family. Most especially to our district minister, Joven Cepillo Jr. and our assistant district minister, Brother Julius Malabanan. And for our greetings is Sister Maria Fedinogen. Thank you for all the greetings po. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Tia Faye Dinogen. So what she said is, thank you for all the greetings po. My heart's full of joy po. Love you all po. Hashtag Micronesia. And to our YouTube question answers. So, Sister Michelle Malaban, I used to love reading books too. I should start reading soon. Hashtag Saipan, hashtag Micronesia. To Ivy Christine Galvez at Michelle Malaban, yes, me too po. I used to read a lot of books. Let's go to the public library po. Hashtag Cobblerville. And Jaden Pasha, I agree po with Ate Yasmin. I sometimes understand po our Tagalog and Filipino language, but not fully and can speak it. And reading books are also another hobby that helps my well-being. I haven't been able to do so much of it, but I recently got back to it for school and I still enjoy it. And there's some shout-outs from other districts. From Sister AV, hello Sister AV. Hello INCRadio Micronesia, tuning in from Yongtaek, South Korea. We see you all there. And from Kasali Samortin, hello po, happy viewing po, greetings po from Babanoang, Isabela West. Here's po in Garpan, Local Garpan. Sister Glenna Serrano, good evening, Micronesia. Happy viewing from the local of Asha Garpan, Asha Buklod. And also she said, hi and hello to our Assistant District Minister, Julius Malabanan and his family. Asha Garpan, Asha Buklod. And Bernie Garcia, hashtag good evening, hashtag happy viewing Garpan. Ligaya Garcia, hello po, good evening to all brethren of Micronesia. And looks like we're running out of time, so I cannot read all the comments, but we truly appreciate and thankful for all the comments that you had given us every week. So please, I hope we can see each other again next week. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Brother Judah. We're happy to see everyone enjoying our broadcast for the evening. Now we have Sister Randy tell us about what's been going on in our district in our CFO in action.
CFO in action.
So what's been happening in our district is the Bookload organization, or the married members of the Church of Christ, held their Bookload meetings this week in their respective local congregations. And in the local congregation of Mangilao, they held their basketball clinic activity. And today, this morning actually, the local congregation of Machanao held a healthy smoothie making activity. And all of us here from the local of Machanao were at that activity, and we were very full and we're healthy now, and it's to so now we're really following up with our new hobbies or interests in the new year, right? So we all of these activities, we hope that all of the brethren had fun in them, and we hope that you continue to even participate in our upcoming activities here in Micronesia's lineup. So tomorrow, February 9, the CWS, or the Children's Worship Service, have a field day activity at 3 p.m. And on the same evening, there will be a SCAN special gathering in the local congregation of Guam at 6 p.m. So we hope to see all of our brethren and guests, and you continue to participate in our activities. And speaking of participating in activities, I would like to pass it over to Brother Judah for our hashtag winners from last week.
Thank you, Ate Randy. Now we will announce our last week broadcast local hashtag winner. Drum roll, please. Local Cobblerville. Woo! Thank you, Cobblerville, for always commenting and supporting us. And now moving on for our most supportive. Drum roll, please. Sister Carly Evangelista from the Local of Poplarville. Congrats po, and thank you, Sister Carly, for always commenting every Saturday for our podcast. And moving on, Ati Ann.
Yes, thank you, Brother Judah. We want to now invite everyone to next week's broadcast, which will be on Saturday, February 15, 2025 at 10 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time. So we hope to see you all here again. Now we want to end the show with some greetings and thank yous, starting with Sister Randy.
Before we end our show, we would like to give our greetings and thank yous to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our CEBSI President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo.
We'd also like to thank to our District Minister, Brother Joven Cipillo Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, our CFO Overseer, Brother Roger Manzanilla Jr., our DMA Advisor, Brother Roger Villagas Jr., and our crew members here in the island of Saipan, Guam, Bam, Jillian, Matt, and Joff. And for the island of Guam, we have Sister Arlene, Sister Anne, Sister Faye, Sister Marcel, Sister Randy, Brother Michael, and Brother Sean. And for our station manager, Brother Wally Taray, executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya.
Yes, thank you, Brother Judah and Sister Randy, as well as to all of our supporters here on INC Radio. Our show is now coming to a close, so we would like to say good night, Micronesia. Coming up next is Florida Satellite Studio. Good night, everyone. Thank you, po.
Good night po.